What's up, everybody? Gibson's Lawn Service checking back in, headed up here to this dump. Got a little ride on me. Figured I'd go ahead and make this video. Look, check this out. I was thinking about something, right? You know how we have cell phones and technology and everything is at the tip of your finger. You can order food, and you can order a vehicle, you can schedule, you can get paperwork started on buying a home, you can start a business. Technology could either be used for good or it could be used for evil. Now look, check this out. Man, this sun blinded me. Whoa, buddy, comes through flying. Golly. Temptation. When you have a cell phone, temptation is easy to fall into. Now, I'm gonna give you, because people always say, oh man, it's about impossible today to find a spouse, or most guys say it's hard today to find a wife. My concern with this, with the future generations is, look how life's changed over the years. Think about this. A young man, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, he has access to thousands of naked women on his cell phone. Men didn't have this, well, young men and teenage boys didn't have this option when they was 12, 13, 14, 15. The closest they got was their Uncle magazine or something under his bed. But I had to go in there and pay. Like, look how easy it is to access porn nowadays on your phone. Like, even though the reality shows show half-naked women, like, look at it like this. Like, really think about this. A young man can be 10 or 12. Parents get him a set. Listen, I don't care how good you think your kids is. I don't care how much protection you think you have on your child's phone or the internet. They're going to find a way. A young man that's hit puberty, he's going to find a way to get on those websites. Ain't nothing you're going to do to stop it. Because when you hit a certain age, that strong urge and desire hits you so hard you can't fight it. Because you can tell a young man, 12, 13, 14, yeah man, don't watch that, man, just save yourself to marriage and don't think about it. Man, listen, when all of that's brand new to a young man, 12, 13, 14, 15, he's not trying to hear that. Now, see, you can take myself, I'm mid-30s. A naked woman will have no effect on me like it would a 14, 15, 16-year-old. Because 14, 15, 16-year-old gonna think, oh man, I can do this, and that. But me, my grown self at 36 will understand, that's too much come with that. Who all she done been with? Will I catch a disease? Will my wife find out? And I'm sinning against God. Listen, when you 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, Lord, please don't let me have no flat out here. You know watching things you don't supposed to be watching is wrong, but it's like, hey, God had to forgive me for that. But as when you get older, when you become an adult, 35, 36, or 28, like, man, I'm not about to sleep with that girl, man. That's a sin against God. I don't want to pay the penalty. So look, when you think about that, right? Well, man, who's really responsible for the porn? Because the men want it and the women get paid from it. That's true. The men want it and the women get paid from it. But see, what a young man don't understand at 12, 13, 14, 15, is that porn isn't real. You think that it's real, but a lot of them are paid actors, and some of them are trying to actually break into that industry with their acting. It's all an act. It's all a game. Because if a young man, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, will talk to an older guy that's in his 30s or in his 40s, that's married with a woman, he would tell you what all actually comes with a woman. Because see, take an 18, 19, 20-year-old, every time they go see their girlfriend, they want to do the deed. And the girl really don't, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of women don't really care that much about sex like how men care. Because men, we're visual beings. We like how a woman looks. We like how a woman's body is shaped. Women is the most beautiful thing on this earth from a man's point of view. So therefore, of course, every time he link with his girlfriend, of course he want to do the deed. Yeah, he want to do the deed. Every time he link with his girlfriend, he want to do the deed because in his mind, his woman is beautiful. So he want to see every bit of his beautiful woman. And he can't understand why she don't want to every time, because women aren't that, they're not on that type of time. They just know that's what you want. And that's what porn comes down to. These women understand what a man wants. And they play into that. They become good actors. And then the young men will think, well, man, all these women like that. And porn is an illusion. Porn will take you on a journey that you don't want to go on. And honestly, if you're a virgin and you've watched porn since you was 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then you finally do the deed around 19 or 20, you're like, man, that ain't what I thought it was. And then you go back, do some more studying of your film, and you start thinking, okay, this guy doing this, so maybe I need to do that. And then you start trying to reenact some of the stuff you see, and it's like, man, bro, ain't real. And then porn will have you viewing women in a different light. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I told y'all this. I was working on this job. I had this lady walk up to me. She was in them little spandex tight pants with like a shirt that was kind of revealing or whatever. And she needed some help with what she was doing at her house. And this situation played out in my head. When she come up, she started talking to me. She said, hey, excuse me, I was wondering if you can help me. This is how she was talking. Hey, excuse me, I'm wondering if you can help me. I said, yes, ma'am. How can I help? I'm really disgusted because I don't want to be bothered with you. Because number one, fast food joint that I went to Wendy's to get a Baconator and a 10-piece nugget and a large root beer. And I didn't check the flipping bag. I said, yeah, I'm gonna pull up and eat in front of this client house. And I pull up and eat in front of the client house. It's a flipping either chicken or fish sandwich with fries and a diet flipping Coke. So I was already upset. I'm just wondering if you can help me. Yes, ma'am, how can I help you? I have a weedy of it. I think it was like a little tiller that she had. Yeah, I got a little tiller and it just won't start, and I just see you over here. You just looks like you know what you're doing. You have your wheelbarrow and you look strong, and when she was talking like that, I thought about back when I was 12, 13, 14, 15, and I was watching the porn video. I said, man, that's how this stuff normally start, because you have a guy show up real muscular. He have his bag. He coming to do some plumbing at a lady's house. Oh, I hear you have a drain cloth. Well, I have something else. And then, the scene to play out. So I'm sitting here listening, and it brought me back to memories when I was 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, watching the dirty movies, the porn or whatever. I said, yeah, you probably just keep priming it, just let it cool off for a while and restart. Oh, could you come look at it? I said, ma'am, I'm sorry, I really just don't have the time. Because I don't even give a flip. And she kept going on and on and on and on. And I fixed to punch her in her mouth because I don't want nothing you have or nothing you selling. Leave me to flip alone. I'm starving over here. So, and then that played in my mind. Now, as a young man, 17, 18, oh, can you help me? Oh, yeah, I help you. And he walked over there trying to help her with a problem, but the whole time he thinking about something else. Porn will have you thinking that way. Porn will have you thinking that every woman is on that type of time, and they're not. You the only one on that type of time, because everything you've been watching, on these videos is doing nothing but deceiving you. That's the only thing it's doing is deceiving you. Porn will deceive you. That's what it'll do. And then you have some guys, again, I grew up Christian. So you have, I don't know anybody personally, I'm just using an example. You have some guys, they've watched porn their whole life, and then they get married in their late 20s. And, man, it's not what I thought. Well, maybe in the whole time, the porn has scrambled your brain into what you think a woman's, into what you think how a woman should act and what she should do in the bedroom. The Bible talks about how a man will pierce himself, how a woman will bring a man to a piece, how the wrong woman will bring a man to a piece of bread. Now look, I remember being a young man, right? And you're taught in the Bible to save yourself to marriage, not to be in any fornication, not to be in any kind of adultery, none of that. You're supposed to be married to one woman, sleep with one woman. That's it, right? So, and you think sex is between you and that other person. And it's really not, because you don't understand the doors you are opening up when you commit this act. Everybody's like, soul ties, soul ties, soul ties. Listen. Some people, when they lose that V card, they go crazy. Say it again. Some people, when they lose that V card, they go crazy. Some people create other monsters, and they're really not aware that that's what they are doing. But some people create other monsters. Sex sin is one of the worst sins that you could possibly commit. Is sex sins. I didn't say it's the worst. I said it's one of the worst. That is the quickest way to get killed, right there. Look, a man catch you breaking in his house, breaking in his car, he'll shoot you, he'll beat you up, whatever. Man catch you with his woman, whether he married or not. It could be a girlfriend. I seen this story about a couple months back about this guy that was a pipe welder working on the road, and he came home. And now you know how it is when some women break up with guys. When some women break up with some guys, the guys can't take it. They're gonna be like, look, we gonna be together. Anyway, the guy come home on the road. The woman had another man in the house. Buddy come outside. He pull up at the house acting a fool. So the new guy go outside, confront him, end up fighting. Gun come out. Boom, both of them die. Whatever. Why do you think that bothered that man so much? Because he couldn't fathom the idea of somebody else having their way with his supposed to be woman. That's the quickest way to get killed. The Bible talks about how if a man catches you with his woman, that he won't spare you on that day. I'm gonna be honest, I ain't gonna spare your behind either. Listen, I'm not sparing. Listen. If I've been faithful and loyal for 8, 9, 10 years, however it's been, all of the opportunities I've passed up to be faithful and loyal, can you put me on your list for a lawn cut? I don't know who the flip this is. You ain't in my man, flip that. It's Saturday. Flip that. Yeah. You text me on this. Look, if your number is not saved in my phone, it's obvious. Either I have fired you or you have fired me. If I've been faithful for that long, and then I come home and somebody else is having their way, man, everybody died. Flip that. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody died, but somebody get whooped. That's one of the worstest things that you can do to somebody else's spouse. I grew up with guys that slept with multiple women. And I used to think as a young man, why do God talks about this in the Bible when everybody is getting away with it? There's no consequences. And then the Bible talks about that, how a man think he's getting away, and he's not. And I will say this from experience. A lot of guys that I have grew up with, and I've slept with multiple women, and in the end, it has cost him. One guy, he has AIDS. Guy I know got AIDS. He don't look it. He got AIDS. Another guy I know Baby here, baby here, baby here, baby here, baby here. So he always broke. And that, look, another guy I know got a baby he want a relationship with, but the mama won't let him have a relationship with the kid, so she done moved 1,000 miles away. So now it's eating him up that he got a child out there that he will never know and see and raise. So as I stand here as a middle-aged 30-year-old guy, and everybody that I grew up with, I've seen how the sex sin has ruined a lot of their lives. Now, I don't know if they'll tell you this, but I'm just on the outside looking in on what I see. And all of this started at 15, 16, 17, 18. I mean, I just slept with her. And then it all catches up with you. And then you got the guys, saved themselves, only slept with one woman, had kids with one woman, and they're thriving in life. Now, that don't mean that if you go out and sleep with somebody you're not married to, that God won't bless you. If you repent, clean it up, Lord will bless you. He'll fix it. He can't fix it. I ain't gonna say he won't fix it, but you got AIDS, you got AIDS. You done made 6 kids, you just done made 6 kids. But all of this, when you think all of this starts from porn. That's where all of this starts. It all starts from porn. Because think about it like this. In the 30s, 40s, and 50s, or whatever it was, or 20s, or whatever, you only had access to the woman that you had. You only had access to the woman that you had. And if you was cheating, which people was cheating back then, it wasn't how it is today. The devil will trick you out of your position if you will let him. Ah, boy, life's a dirty game. And like I say, it all starts with porn. That's where it starts. It starts with porn, and then you graduate from porn and you start having full-blown sex. And then you go from having full-blown sex to having multiple women because you're a little player. And then you go from having multiple women to 2 of them coming up saying they pregnant. Then you get stuck on child support. Then you're crying about you ain't making enough money. It's just a cycle. It just repeats itself. It repeats itself. And the majority of young men today, they're not waiting. They're not waiting for marriage, for sex. Because, man, I can't find a girl to marry because she a little loose. So I ain't going to be the dummy that's going to settle down with her. But hey, that's neither here nor there.